And let's pass that on that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now,
Yes.
I don't consider myself a carpenter,
Uh-huh.
but I have 9 inches of nails in the toolbox.
Really?
All right. I'm kind of a rock and roll guy. 9-inch nails is rock and roll, correct?
Alternative?
They're an alternative to rock and roll?
Yes. Actually, they're really more industrial than anything, but...
Okay, okay, that's like capitalism. They're capitalism rock and roll. Industrialized rockers, we all need that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants that in their life. I never just fly straight into it. We always got to let you know. You know, sometimes we support a little girl bossing.
Yes, queen. Go off, girl boss. Pussy hat slay.
Yes, we do.
You know, and sometimes we finish boogieing down, having a good time.
My proctologist is never going to believe I didn't do this to myself.
Some of us have reputations with our proctologists. All right? There are other facts that people need to be aware of.
I mean, Jesus was a white man, too.
That is a fact-based fact. But we're here to talk about a billionaire by the name of Sam Zell. You're familiar with Sam Zell?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, cool. I love stupid bullshit like this.
All right, so Phoenix Collider is very interested in billionaire Sam Zell. Big fan, strong supporter. Only person that Phoenix Collider has ever supported in life.
Okay.
So, headline, billionaire Sam Zell claims remote work is bullshit and demands your ass get back to the office.
Oh, fuck you.
We're back to the days where I can make my own headlines again. So, and first let me just tell folks how I do this, right? So for this particular one, I note my sources, and by noting my sources, I had to backdoor a bunch of paywall sites. I'm sure there were free article sites, but this was paywalled to the hilt.
Yeah.
But other ones, like I backdoor the site, I find like the most important paragraphs, I pick them apart, I add what I think should be a part of them. I actually load my commentary into the facts because the way the facts are presented can be a commentary itself.
Right.
You know, propaganda. All right. So let's get into Sam. So, remote work is a bunch of bullshit, according to Sam Zell, the outspoken real estate magnate.
Oh, God.
You don't
That's
like real estate magnates?
Oh, all right.
Magnatically? I think he's magnanimous.
I mean, the first sentence was 1. The second sentence is another 1. And now I see how we got to 2.
He's known for his incendiary language.
No, he thinks that remote work is bullshit. And what is his job?
You don't worry about that.
Right.
He's an outspoken real estate magnate.
Uh-huh. Now, pray tell, why would someone who works in real estate insist that workers go to buildings to work instead of staying at home?
Oh, well, let's see.
Why is that?
First off, I don't know about you, but I'm a human being.
Uh-huh.
I think you're a human being.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sam is a human being.
No, he's not.
And we all need shelter,
Uh-huh.
which could be an estate, and we all like to keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying he doesn't like to keep it real and live in an estate?
No.
You don't like loaded questions that mischaracterize your position?
Correct.
Quote, one of the biggest lies in the world is that people working from home are more productive than people working in the office, end quote, from the billionaire founder and chairman of Equity Group, which I thought you leftists were into. Mm-hmm. I thought you were into equity and groups.
We're into social equity.
He's a member of society.
No, he's not.
You're saying he's not social.
Correct.
So the chairman of Equity Group Investments, he falsely claimed at the New York University luncheon on Wednesday that, quote, you have much less productivity if you're working from home in your pajamas with 3 little kids running around than if you're in an office, end quote. Mm-hmm. Which also, he just knows that everybody's cranking him out. He might want to read about some of these millennials. Like, no, nigga. 3 cats. 3 cats purring around and randomly clawing my kneecaps.
Yes.
The commercial real estate capitalist pig received applause for his comments this week, but then he was speaking to a bootlicker audience.
Right.
New York University's Schack Institute of Real Estate, that's Schack, S-C-H-A-C-K, Schack. And they hosted the luncheon as part of its annual REIT symposium with real estate executives and many graduate students hoping to reach Zell's level of success in attendance. And Globe Street, a trade outlet, covered his comments. Mm-hmm. You see, in 2001, from being born in class privilege, Mr. Zell founded Chicago-based equity office properties. From Chicago, he's based, and he likes equity. Somehow Phoenix Collider can't find common ground.
I can't. Also, why, for all this money they have, why is their website so shitty? I'm trying to look up the symposium to see who the other speakers are, and it's so not mobile friendly.
It's not like they have to read it. You have to read it.
Shit.
Pull yourself up by your shit straps.
No.
Their website. Taking a look on over here, and also I have not taken a look at potential comments coming in on the old Facebook arena there. Started a Chicago-based equity office properties trust. Mm-hmm. You can also trust him. Which went on to become the largest owner of the U.S. office property after the federal government, as well as the first real estate investment trust to join the Standard & Poor's 500 index. Standard & Poor's. Private equity firm Blackstone Group, they bought it for $20 billion in 2007.
Also, fun fact, Blackstone is one of the leading sponsors of the symposium where he was speaking.
Okay, so they're black. I think you should like that as well.
No.
You've got based,
No.
Chicago, equity, and black.
Nope.
This sounds like the white man for me. Zell, of course, is not a neutral observer. The shift to remote work has hammered commercial real estate, where he made much of his fortune, leading to rising vacancy rates and falling property values. Morgan Stanley analysts recently forecast something worse than in the great financial crisis. And last month, Tesla and Twitter CEO Elon, with his musky space boots that Jimmy Dore likes to lick, Elon tweeted that of all the economy's looming threats, the state of commercial real estate debt market is by far the most serious. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, all right, fine. So it turns out that forcing people to be in a workplace they don't actually have to be in was not the way to go. Like, yeah.
You're saying that's not the way to go.
That's not the way to go. Let people work from home. Shit.
All right. Well, hell, if you want to let me work from home, you can hit paypal.me/PhoenixandWilliam. Paypal.me/PhoenixandWilliam. That's the old tip jar. It helps me buy broccoli and shit.
Yes.
If I eat, I'll live longer and I can make more programs. And I think that's pretty cool.
That's fun.
And you can hold it down. We have a massive ass load of just years of segments, episodes. I have some raps up there in the mix at patreon.com/winecellarmediafund. It is just a fucking funhouse mirror of me being unsupervised for the most part.
Not a funhouse mirror. Come on now.
Because I mean, the Laborhood Gang, if you ever see them in the comments, like it is looking at a funhouse mirror of myself. I see some of the comments, so I'm like, fuck, I wish I would have thought of that. It's a good fucking thought.
Really?
I love the Laborhood comments section, bucko. Here, I'll actually go to them real fast here before ending the live programming so I can see if booba-doop bop anyone left one. Oh, hey, there you go. One individual, Marissa Loco, said, I'm not surprised a real estate agent isn't happy about people working from home. He loses business if companies don't utilize office space.
Yep. And that's all it is. Which is also, like, just speaks to how, I don't know, like, artificial our society is, right? Because, like, why? So you have to force people into these buildings, which means you have to force people to either take public transportation or buy cars, which means you have to force them to then have to get, you know, like fast food or like TV dinners because now they don't have time to cook. And it's just like, we keep doing all these weirdo ass artificial things and making our lives more miserable so like 25 people can be billionaires. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing?
Stupid shit.
Just come on. I don't like it. I don't like it.
And there's J Ma in the comments section making a pointed statement. Quote, that billionaire can go fuck himself.
Yes. I support that sentiment.
Followed by an exclamation point. And Rosita Loco is up in the joint saying he's mad he can't work in his pajamas. And also said, I love working from home, but society, etc., is making depressed as fuck. I think that's making me depressed as fuck.
Yeah.
Society, not the best one
It
out
really
there.
is. It really is. And then, did you see the article maybe like a month or two ago where they were blaming the housing market, like how houses are so expensive? They were blaming people who stay at home to work. And I was like, are you how is everything workers' fault? Everything.
I'm telling you, I didn't have kids and suddenly I ruined the economy. Oh no, Toys R Us is closing. Maybe they should have sold more shit.
Toys R Us only closed because Walmart is the largest toy seller.
Huh.
That's why the fuck KB and Toys R Us, all them shits are gone, because Walmart started selling more toys than everything else.
Then why y'all scared to blame Walmart?
Because Walmart is billionaires who told us to not blame them.
I say let's do it and see if they run up. All right? Anybody with the Walton family, if you're tuned in, I love sprinting to the barbershop. We can run the fade.
They would actually just send cops to kill you, actually, is what they would do.
That's weak. Step up. Like, I mean, consider how strong you are to have pulled yourself up by your bootstraps into the billions.
I mean,
that's amazing. Easily you can take me out.
By your father's bootstraps.
Intergenerational bootstraps? That's amazing. So you pulled your father's bootstraps and yours?
Yes.
You should be able to handle me. Throwing handles me. Throwing Hansel and Gretel's.
I actually would love to see you fight like one of the Walton grandkids. Have you seen him? He's like this like dorky white boy, and he's like wants to be like a fashion designer. And he has like the ugliest fucking shirts you've ever seen in your life. Huh. Yeah. Have you ever seen him?
No.
I'm gonna fucking hold. Let me see if I can find him real quick. I don't know. Let me see. I probably won't be able to find it fast enough, but.
Yep. And taking a look back at the comments section there, blah 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 blah. Marissa Loco said, absolutely. And our society gobbles up everything these billionaires say because they are billionaires, not because they have good ideas or our best intentions at heart. And, J Ma said remote work also probably helps climate change. Yeah, if you're not zipping around on them vehiculars. And then also consider this, right? If we're not using those buildings, then electricity isn't going to those buildings, which is coming from coal being burnt most likely.
Right.
And also, water isn't going to those buildings. So, like, clean processed water can go to households. What else? My goodness, everything in those damn buildings.
Yeah, everything. But then remember, like, when COVID first started and there were lockdowns and, like, no one went anywhere for, like, a week. Because that was all that we could manage to muster. Remember how everyone was like, look at the earth. There's like no smog over here. And the birds are back. And look at how clean this water is. Do you remember like that glorious fucking like 2-week period when everyone just sat the fuck down? The planet was like, yes. And then capitalism said no. And now here we are again.
And I think that like, there's probably more of an incentive. Now, this is where, like, I got to put on the tinfoil bandana here, the tinfoil do-rag, if you will. Because it's like, hold on, Loke. I mean, if I know all the shit that I know about climate change, and you that's tuned in, you know all the shit you know about climate change, best believe the motherfuckers in power at the top know all that shit and more, and it's worse.
Yeah.
And the last thing they want is people realizing that if you so much as slow down capitalism, the earth will begin to recorrect naturally, and they don't need you knowing that shit.
Well, yeah, because it's then that would kill the chance for disaster capitalism. Right? Because
Yeah.
like disaster capitalism is a thing, you know.
It is. Keep going.
If you don't, disaster capitalism is the idea that you can use capitalism to fix problems essentially that capitalism created. So like a really big prominent example a couple years ago was the Great Barrier Reef, right? So because of the because of climate change, the water temperature differences, the Great Barrier Reef is dying. I think people know that, right? We do know that, yeah? Okay, so anyways.
Yes.
I just assume, I don't know.
The Great Barrier Reef is fucked, y'all.
Yeah, it's dying. So like, but now it's creating an industry of people getting paid to come in and try to fix it. That's disaster capitalism. So like every time that, a natural disaster that happens because of climate change, now you have an opportunity to create a business opportunity out of that to fix the problem. It's similar to like the 501c3 charities. Anytime there's like an earthquake, they get millions of dollars and then build like 3 houses in Haiti. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
When it comes to creating, even fucking Walmart, right? Walmart participates in it because we have a bunch of people coming here from Latin America as refugees. Obviously, a lot of it is because of politics and danger and poverty where they're from, but also people who are impacted by climate change. Their houses are literally getting wiped out and flooded or, too much drought. So they're coming up here. Where do they get housed if they get caught? Undocumented. Empty Walmart facilities, right?
What about Vice President Cheney and his homeboys?
What about that?
Right, like, I mean, I know that's military-industrial complex, but like, America goes in, blows up shit, breaks shit, and then these Halliburton niggas come in and they're like, yo, dog, I heard you like replacing destroyed buildings.
Yes, exactly. That type of thing. So like it really is its own industry. And then of course, keep in mind, they think their own money is going to save them and protect them, that even as bad as things get, they'll always have enough resources of their own to protect themselves, right? Because like knowing climate change is coming, what the fuck did Donald Trump's company do, right?
Yeah.
They put up the seawalls on the golf courses in the UK. Or Ireland, somewhere over there. Somewhere over there. Is Ireland part of the UK?
Ireland, is it still like in the, I don't think they voted themselves out.
That was Scotland.
They didn't either, right? They voted to stay in, didn't they?
Scotland voted to stay, and then I guess Northern Ireland is still technically under English occupation. Anyway, somewhere over yonder in what is the British Isles.
Yeah.
There's a Trump golf course, and they literally put seawalls up, and they put it in the fucking application for the building permits that they wanted seawalls for climate change purposes because of sea level rise. But that really does speak to the mindset of these fucking billionaires, that they think they'll always have enough money to counteract whatever shit they're doing. Like, you should be alarmed if you think that the sea level rise is going to happen so much that it's going to ruin land. You should maybe stop doing what you're doing that's causing sea level rise. But instead they're like, just put up a seawall. It's fine. It'll be fine. And so that's kind of where we are with that. So
yeah, they are the party of this is fine. And shout out to J Ma and Rosita Loco, posted up in the joint commenting J Ma saying disaster capitalism is so freaking warped. And that is how Halliburton cronies sound. And Rosita Loco saying, like, Florida is essentially gonna sink, but that might be a good thing. Yes, I've covered a heavy hand of climate change and sea level rise joints on here.
Yeah.
Especially like when I heard Nicole Sandler, a Florida resident and OG radio host, triple OG radio host. Nicole Sandler actually got arrested protesting Alan West. Nicole Sandler goes hard. And she was talking about the story out there in 2015 where folks were finding water in their lawns in South Florida. And when it got tested by the local officials, it was salt water.
Yep.
The ocean was coming up in their yard.
Yep.
And I've covered over the past years, like one very rich couple and they were featured because they're a gay couple, but also, let's keep it real, they're rich and they were in a rich neighborhood, and sea level rise was hitting their neighborhood, constant flooding. These rich motherfuckers, what did they do? They just kept getting their entire house raised. Just build the house up taller then. Go up under the house, build it up taller. I don't even know how the fuck you do that. I don't know what engineer gets behind that shit.
I mean, it's probably the same premise as the people who move houses. Right? Because you have to pick the thing up out of the foundation to move a house.
Yeah.
So probably that, and then you just add to it. And then also, like, it's going to be some shit. There's, as climate change has increased and there's more sea level rise, what other business is booming? Can anyone guess? What are billionaires buying?
What is it?
Yachts. Yachts. Super yachts. Super yachts are now a thing.
These niggas is trying to make arcs.
Yes. Yeah, because there was like, yeah, people have boats, people have yachts, now super yachts. People were not talking about super yachts 20 years ago. Super yachts? Like, yeah, they know what's coming. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, super yachts. Well, come run a fade with this Crip tonight. How about that? With your fucking super yachts. All right, shout out to Rosita Loco and J Ma up in the joint. I'm going to stop this one, and I think I can squeeze in one more, hopefully two more. I don't really care much about being late for work. This job is making me disgruntled. All right, so best believe another live will pop back up. Hopefully you have it set to where you get a notification for that. All right, and stopsy wopsy, doozy woozy, floozy spoons.
Damn.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Well, we already cut it off, but...
I did not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just glanced real quick. The production of super yachts grew by 228% beginning in 1998.
Wait, the what?
Super yachts. Production of super yachts grew by 228%.
That's such a weird thing because so few people can afford a super yacht. But it still went up over 100%.
Yeah, it's starting in the late 90s. So yeah, as climate change has progressed, people are getting fucking super yachts. And like, yeah.
And wasn't it, I gotta look back at my numbers again. I forget if it was 2002 or 2012 that there were groups of scientists saying that we're past the point of no return.
Yes. And then also I just glanced real quick at one of the companies that makes them. Their tagline is Yachts for a Conscious World. I hate these fucks. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
And to some degree, like when you really get deep into Alex Jones shit, he talks about these people, but he doesn't understand that these are predominantly Anglo-normative people and some other races, but he thinks they're just all Jewish folks.
Right.
Yeah.
No, they are not.
It's yo folks, Jonesy. All right, let me pop up another